Good morning students, welcome you all for online classes. Today we will discuss the topic on zero knowledge mechanism. So what do you mean by this zero knowledge mechanism? See, Alice can't see Bob and doesn't know which route he chose. She wants to know if Bob knows the door's code. This one is door's code. These two persons want to communicate. So Alice cannot see the Bob and doesn't know which route he chose, either this path or this path. Okay, and Alice randomly tells Bob route back. If Bob returns by that route, what she does, she tells two routes randomly, okay, and Bob will going to choose that particular route, and if he choose that particular route, then Alice confirms his Bob is right. If Bob fails to choose that path, Alice will not going to give a guarantee about Bob. Okay, randomly choose a key. Okay, based on that key, we can say zero knowledge protocol or zero knowledge mechanism. And motivation for zero knowledge mechanism, a requirement for mutual trust. Firstly, they are all based on some degree of the trust between the entities involved. For example, passwords often require the user to agree with the server on the use of password, even if the server only stores a hashed version of the password. And leaking of information. Passwords are unsuccessful in this regard, since the password is fully exposed when it is entered, and in some cases may even remain exposed when transmitted across the network. And entity authentication could be provided in such a way that no shared trust is necessary and no knowledge at all is given away during an authentication attempt. For example, see here, this is Piggy's password, okay, and this one is Victor. So here I am going to give 7 okay, and I am going to give random number, that is 321, and Victor's random challenge is 531. So let's see how I am going to choose a proper way. Password is 7 password is 7 and these, based on these calculation, Bob will going to choose that particular path. If she choose a particular path, then we can say Bob chooses the right path, whatever that Alice said. Alice just, she will say 321. Okay, based on this number, Bob will going to verify. Okay, if other person, third person, he won't able to understand what kind of key she is telling, right? So Bob will going to verify, means calculate in a random way, then he will get the value same. After getting the value same, Bob obviously enter into that door. If Bob enters into that door, Alice will come to know that Bob has the right key and he enters into the right path. Okay, this is what we can say zero knowledge. The requirement of zero knowledge mechanism is that one entity, that is prover, and must be able to provide assurance of their identity to another entity, that is called verifier. He is a prover and she is a verifier, in such a way that it is impossible for the verifier to later impersonate the prover even after the verifier has observed and verified many different successful authentication attempts. Here what will happen? Interactive protocol where prover tries to convince probabilistic verifier that assertion X is true. When X is true, verifier always accepts. When X is false, verifier accepts with negligible probability. Okay, we will discuss this in detail with the help of a diagram. That is zero knowledge analogy. Consider a popular analogy in which we will play the role of verifier. The setting is a cave. Here, cave shaped in a loop with a split entrance. Split entrance means two entrances, and it is main entrance into the cave. The back of the cave is blocked by stone door. This stone door blocked, that can only be opened by using a secret key press. Who knows this secret key press, then he can able to open this door. We wish to hire a guide to make a circular tour of the entire cave system, but need to make sure in advance that our guide knows the key press. Otherwise, we will not be able to pass through the doorway. Okay. The guide, who will be our prover and is not willing to tell us the key press. Otherwise, there is a risk that we might go on our own tour without hiring him. Thus, we need to devise a test of the guide's knowledge before we agree to hire him. So here is what we do. We wait at the main cave entrance and send the guide down the cave to the place where it splits into two tunnels labeled A and B. We cannot see this tunnel split from the main entrance, so we send a trusted observer down with him just to make sure he does not cheat during the test. The guide randomly picks a tunnel entrance and proceeds to the stone door. So what will happen? We toss a coin. If it is heads, then we shout down the cave that we want the guide to come out through the tunnel A. If it is tails, then we shout down the cave that we want the guide to come out through tunnel B. And the observer watches to see which tunnel the guide emerges from, either A or either B. Okay. This is about zero knowledge mechanism. If you have any doubts, ask me. Thank you.